So I am sorry that I didn't get time to live stream today, guys, but I will live stream during the week and I'll tweet that out and make sure that everybody, catches that. So I have loads of stuff to do today, but I did catch a couple of MEs and a couple of little tidbits. So I'm gonna put this little video together so that I'm, at least uploading something to show the latest thoughts, the latest work. Now let's see. So I found I found a map that illustrates the point I was making earlier about Andorra and Taured. And I think you can see right here, what about Andorra? And it just it shows Andorra right here. And then obviously another map of Andorra, Taured. And then this one I wanted to show, that they're in the same vicinity. So here's Barcelona and here's Barcelona, so that you can see it's in the same place on the border, like I was talking about earlier with SMQ. So on the Lost and Found bin, so I can put a link to that in the description. But anyways, you see here, Barcelona, there's the border, and there's Andorra. Barcelona, and there's the border, and there's Taured. Just like I was talking about, there it is. So I wanted to make sure and have that on record. And we already discussed on the SMQ live stream about the lunar water. So the moon has lunar waters. It's apparently always had lunar waters, and the ancients apparently used to call the sea of the moon Maria. Now, how strange is that one? Also, I found this European map right here. Europa, as you can see down the bottom. And the first thing that caught my eye, and there may be other changes too, but the biggest, the first thing that caught my eye for sure was this piece of land right there. I was like, look at this extra piece of land beside the UK. It's above Ireland. Where is it gone now? And obviously, the writing is too small to read, which bums me out because I'd really love to know what it's called. But that's another interreality map, interreality piece of media. I found this little excerpt about the man from Taured. What threw me this morning was when I first read the story about the man from Taured, it said he was flying to Beijing, China. And now it's saying he was flying to Tokyo, Japan. So I wasn't sure what happened there with that, but it ended up being the same story anyway, that he tried to get through the airport and they said, who are you? What the heck? Your papers don't match any country that exists. So in 1954, a passport check in Japan is alleged to have produced a man with papers issued from the nation of Taured. And it talks about other people, people that spoke languages nobody knew, books full of unknown writing, other people who were possibly travelers, just like the man from Taured, who ended up in realities that they had no business being in because their countries didn't exist. Joseph Voren said he was from Laxaria, a country in Sicaria. Okay, wherever that is. I have not heard of either, so it's not from wherever I'm from. And then another young man was a citizen of Lisbon. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. It should be stressed, Lisbon. Yeah, Lisbon is, I've heard of Lisbon. So I thought that was quite interesting. Then there was the black hole effect, wherein they're saying that black holes don't suck anything in anymore. As you can see, it seems to be more about just bending the direction that you were traveling in. And if your path is curved, you can never escape again. It's kind of almost like the black hole is like a hole in the ground. Maybe, if you're playing golf, a hole like that, and just things fall into it, but nothing is being sucked in. It's just if you happen across it, you'll fall into it. So I thought that was very strange and interesting. Also learning about the joyful pains, forgive me, not the painful joys, the joyful pains of purgatory is something that I have not heard of before, but now that purgatory is a different concept, there's a whole bunch of different Christian doctrines and Catholic doctrines and everything that goes along with purgatory. Nobody is trapped in purgatory anymore, according to the latest change. The latest change is saying that in purgatory you work through your sins. As you can see here, the souls with mortal sins go to hell, but the souls that don't, it's not mortal sins, they go to purgatory for purification and then they go to heaven. So it's just like a stopgap, which is quite different, because what I learned was you had to pay a special dispensation to the Catholic Church to have the souls of your loved ones released, and you had to pray all the time for the holy souls in purgatory, you know, that they might be released. But for the most part you were trapped. It was like if you're unbaptized or, you know, this kind of thing, especially like babies that died before they were baptized, there was this big fear that they would end up in purgatory. They couldn't enter heaven if they weren't baptized. So that was the entire culture of purgatory that I had learned. And now it's like, no, you're there for a while, get over your sins, and then you go to heaven. So in which case, you know, you wouldn't have to pay special dispensations, because you would just work through your issues and go on to heaven. So that's a totally different one for me. We already went through this amazing discovery by Unimatrix 001. There's one mystery country and there's a second mystery country. And I just thought that was so amazing. So this is the most ridiculous thing. Like, I sat down to watch this music video. I wasn't even, like, I just sat down for a minute just to rest, and it, like, came up on my suggestions. And I have been watching this video since it was released. Like, this, as you can see, is the original one from 11 years ago. And there's the most ridiculous effect ever on this video. So let's see if we can't capture it here so I can show you what I mean. So they're there having their concert. And there's that guy that appears out of nowhere. You see him? This guy right here. In a thong. And he shows up a couple of times in the video, and this was not in the video before. Like, no. So it was just gas. Like, I just sat down to watch this, and then for no reason whatsoever, Mr. Thong just flies out of nowhere. I couldn't believe it. It's like when you're not even looking for an effect, it finds you. There he is again. Oh my gosh. He's like stage diving with no clothes on whatsoever. And people are catching him because he was wearing clothes before. Look at him. There's Mr. Ass right there. This is so gross and weird. The Mandela Effect thing is such a jester spirit. Like a mischievous spirit, but it's got a real evil streak in it. Because when you're least expecting... Look, no one's even moving away. Like, because he was wearing clothes before. I'm trying to think what it was. It was like blue jeans, and it was like it's like a khaki kind of colored t-shirt. Like, darker than the hat. And now he's just absolutely just, you know, just living au naturel right there at the show. And not getting kicked out or like anything. So yeah, that's a little bit startling. So I did check to see, like, is this a different edit of the video? Is this a different video? And no, it is the original video from 2006. It's just now there's a guy with a thong all over the place in their live set. So yeah, I mean, if you guys remember the guy with the thong, that's fine, but I am telling you 100%, I swear to you, I've been watching this video for years, because this was my kind of music, especially at that point in time, and I never saw the guy with the thong until today, right here, right now. and I can't get over it, and I really can't stop laughing, even though, you know, it's probably not that funny, but it's just like that shocking. And I think for the most part, that's us all caught up. Yeah, that's pretty much everything caught up on today's Emmys, the little Emmy roundup. Um, but I definitely wanted to put something down because usually I would start my broadcast after the Lost and Found show, but I just couldn't today. I'm just like have loads of stuff to do. So thank you so much, and I will talk to you soon.